Everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin, our Monday update. Let's see where we are. What did we have significant happen last week? I'm glad you asked. We had our candle right here last week, yesterday, closed above the EMA 8 for the first time in how many weeks? Let's go look right back here. March is the last green candle we closed above the EMA 8, right? Other than that, we've had little rallies. Nothing has closed above it. So, a big step for the Bulls, but one big thing. We have to have some follow through. What do we notice about the last time we did that, right? We spent just a handful of weeks up here and then send it right back down. So are we going to do something similar and rhyme with this? Or is this time a little bit different? Are we going to bounce off the EMA 8? That number is currently 23.7. So we want to see a nice bounce off of that. And let's zoom in here and see what we got to go. Right? We need to see some follow through. That's the important key thing. Not just to have, a step for the Bulls, which is a big one, right? This is a big first step towards recovery, but you can't stutter step and give it all back near immediately. Now, it might take a couple weeks to play that out one way or another. But really, we need to rally up to at least the EMA 21, right? This is kind of the bull bear separation. On the weekly chart, it's still just shy of 17%. Might not be quite that much, if it takes another couple weeks to get out. You can see this is downtrending. But, our next major resistance level is, evident on the daily chart that we've seen, time and time again. It's right up in here, 28 to 30K, right? Here's our big zone here. And that's quite a significant one, even 32, 28.5 to 32K. Likely, the first time you break key support, right? This is a 30-day trending side. We've talked about this several times, but you need to get it hammered home. This is our next logical big zone for a resistance, right? Plain and simple, a resistance zone. If we get up there, there's no guarantees that we get up there. What are the odds? Well, we're starting to show signs of exhaustion on the daily chart. And what do I mean by that is, what do you notice about the last? Let's take a look. See at the past 5 candles here, right? Starting with this guy right here. Not good. Gravestone doji there. Fake out maybe, right? You had a little bit of follow through for the Bulls again. That is not a good candle though to be looking at, but kind of erased by this guy. The next candle, right? Another doji candle. Not good looking, followed by another outside bar doji candle, not good looking, followed by, you guessed it, a third, long-legged doji, not good, right? These are bearish candles. So past 4 out of 5 candles, that's 1 win for the Bulls and 4 wins for the Bears, right? So you should start to at least be leaning a little bit more cautious, if anything, if you're a bull. You don't want to be closing up, under this, 8-day EMA. We just broke out of a nice level right here, right? That we've been trying to do for about 3 weeks, right? That was kind of 3 weeks. And you see right here, this candle gave us a glimpse that this might be coming. So right now we're kind of back testing that kind of area, but it's not that significant, right? It's not like you hit it 78 times before moving, sideways, right? We had one daily close here. We had another really that was about it for that exact level, but you could argue with that one. But 2 daily closes is not a significant level by any stretch of the imagination for massive support, right? Massive resistance would be 30 days straight of holding that as support, right? But we make no mistake, we did break out of this level, this zone. You would call it a zone, right? You saw this kind of ascending wedge right here, right? And then we broke out of it. So we are back testing that level, but I just want to kind of reiterate that there's a lot of people that think this is major like support and, we're going to hold and then, do one of these numbers. No, this is not that huge, right? So we could easily come back down here. What you would want to watch is, for the Bears, right? Or the Bulls, right? You want to be, have your Hawkeyes on. You want to just watch the stair steps here. This zone would be kind of a big warning. If we get down to the mid 22s again, that would be one, right? If you lose that wick, we're highly likely going down to the next one, right? If we lose 22.5, we're probably going back to 20K. If we lose 20K, then you guessed it, right? We're going back to, our range lows way back around, 17 to 20K, where that's just the odds you got to play. Nothing certain in crypto but uncertainty. But that is the odds kind of summarized on the daily chart. So hopefully you like that. Let's take a look at a couple indicators. I'm going to start off with looking at the Bitcoin hash ribbons, right? Let's look at it on the weekly. You want to kind of stick to the weekly on these. So we're trying to close the gap here, but we've been here before, right? Way back in, early mid-June, late June, we made a rally up. It looked like it was trying to close back up here. And now look what's going on. We got close, and then yesterday's print close, and this like kind of leveled off. So I was anxious to see if we could close the gap here and kind of turn back green again, but not this week. We'll see how we end up going, but waiting for a blue buy signal. Historically, those have been pretty good times to start entering the market. And, we'll do more videos on this, when and if we get this. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. How about on momentum? Momentum on the weekly scale is going up still. So we still got it. That's the stochastic. So looking okay. But, the RSI is still relatively weak, right? See your high, lower high, right? We're still continuing this downtrend on the RSI, but we are very close to, potentially breaking out of that. We'll see if we, at the end of this week, we should either be, maybe a green tick up here, or it will pivot down and, continue back down, for the next probably several weeks to maybe even a couple months down here. And if we did that, then yeah, we're probably at 20K or testing lows again or fresh lows. So just keep that in mind. We are still in the downtrend on the strength index. Let's see what else we got. The ADX and DI on the weekly. This is a good one to use for divergence, as well the OBV if you don't use that, on balance volume. Those are good ones for divergence that not a lot of people are aware of. So what do we have now? Well, we have our weekly ADX in the orange starting to curl over here. So that should be pump your brakes, right? Stop signs ahead maybe. At the same time, right, the bears never left, right? The bears never left. We're still on top on the bigger charts. But, are we getting ready to, change that direction, right? Takes a while, right? But let's take a look at it on the daily. Right, the bulls have attempted to take back over, at least on the daily chart, right? But we're still under 25 on the ADX, so shouldn't really, no wait. Until you get your orange line above 25, you really shouldn't be paying attention to it. Let's see what else we got. Any other indicators? Not really. On the daily chart, it looks a little bit different though, right? Showing signs of exhaustion. Potentially, we're still up here, but we just had a cross. So are we going to come down again? If we do, then prices will likely follow, right? This is the momentum. If we're losing momentum, we're trying to run uphill, right? It's a little bit more difficult. Can be done, but we want to be watching this. We want to see a cross and a confirmation back in this shaded area to really know what we're doing. Then you can see we kind of stay in this upper half above kind of 50. So if we start coming down and go back to the 40s, right? If we start taking this out, that's an even bigger warning sign, trying to keep you a little bit ahead of the rest of the gang here. Okay, on the daily chart, we're still in an uptrend, so follow these. You can do this as well, right? You can draw trend lines on anything. You just want to keep making higher highs, higher lows. If we start to come down and we take out 53 on the RSI, then that's a warning sign again. So just all these tips and tricks put together can make you slightly better than the next guy, and that's all the odds you got to play in crypto, right? If everyone was in agreement, there would be no trading, right? That's what causes ups and downs, people in disagreement. Okay, so there you go. That's the facts, as they say. Quote of the day: happiness is not a goal; it is a byproduct. Right? The day to day. Are you happy with what you're doing or not? Right? There's not an end result. Car of the day. Any guessers? Someone out there's got this. Ferrari F430 Spider. Why do they call it Spider? It's the convertible. Shut up. All right, that's all I got. Resale red. It's not called resale red. It's just almost all Ferraris are red. All right, that's enough of that. I'll see you on the next one. Kept another 10 minutes for you. tight.